Hi friends, we today are going to learn about main idea, and we have learned a little bit about main idea, so we're going to really dive deep into some nonfiction books and practice our main idea and our supporting details. So main idea is what helps us as readers understand what a text is mostly about. So if we're reading a passage or a book or a magazine, we are able to see what it is mostly about. And that happens a lot in our nonfiction stories. So when I want to think of main idea and details, I know usually it's going to be in a nonfiction text. So when I'm looking for main idea, there are things that I can think about to help me figure out what the main idea is, because the author's not going to say, this is the main idea. We have to use our reading detective skills to figure that out. So here are some main idea clues. First, you have to ask yourself, what is this mostly about? Yep. The second clue or hint is the title. The title sometimes can give away what the main idea is. The third thing we should look at are the pictures in the story. You have to think about what most of these pictures represent or are. The fourth thing is, a lot of times in text, the main idea is stated on the very first sentence of the book and the very last sentence of the book. Sometimes the reader will do that to wrap up what they are talking about or to introduce it to us, almost like our opinion writing we did last week. And the fifth is we're going to look for clue words that are used repeatedly, like over and over again. So if it keeps on talking about frogs, then you're going to say, wait a second, I think I might know what the main idea is. Now, when I think of main idea, I always think of a rain cloud. So my rain cloud's up here. And my main idea, what everything is mostly about, is there. And then underneath my rain cloud are the raindrops. And those raindrops are the details of the main idea. So if I have a main idea of Wilmington, a detail might be the beach, because are there beaches in Wilmington? Yeah. So is it still about my main idea? Yes. I could have lots of details about all the different beaches in Wilmington as a detail, maybe restaurants or fun things to do. So our main idea is what the text is mostly about, and then the details help support that main idea. It helps it's still focused on that main idea. So whenever you think or visualize a main idea and details, I want you to have that mental image of a rain cloud. When we are using a thinking map, because good readers think about what they're reading, one of the thinking maps we can use is a tree map, because we can put that main idea up at the top of the tree map, just like our rain cloud, and then the details can be the raindrops or the branches of our tree map. So when we want to use a graphic organizer to help us figure out our thoughts, I really recommend using a tree map. Now what I have on the screen is just an idea where you would have a main idea and 3 details. Lots of times text can have way more than 3 details, so we just need to focus on the important ones as readers, or ones that come up the most or that we might have a lot of support for. So today I am going to read you a text about saving energy, and then together we're going to work on making a tree map of the main idea and details of my text. Are you ready? Saving Energy by Green Kids and Nell Morris. Saving Energy by QEB Publishing. Table of Contents. What is energy? Energy is the power that makes things move or work. Cars and buses are powered by chemical energy such as gasoline or diesel fuel. Lights, computers, and television work by using electrical energy at the flick of a switch. I hear some repeated words. I think you might too. Did you know plants use solar energy or sunlight to make food? Humans then eat plants. This is one way that we get energy for our bodies. All energy comes originally from the Earth's star, the sun, which is like an enormous power plant. It sends us energy in sunbeams and heat and light. We turn this into energy that we can use. Why save energy? It is important that we try to save as much energy as we can. We are using more coal, oil, and gas than ever before, and one day they will all run out. When we burn fossil fuels in factories and cars, it causes pollution. This makes the air dirty, which damages our environment. Burning fuels. We burn different forms of oil to power cars, trains, ships, and planes. In the home, gas can be burned to cook food and power central heating. Coal and other fuels are used in power stations to make electricity. The fuels are burned, which creates heat. This is then used to boil water, which makes steam. The steam turns the wheel in a machine, which makes electricity. Let's use those illustrations to help us figure out the main idea. Electric power. Power lines carry electricity from power stations to our neighborhood. Then cables take it into our homes, schools, and businesses. Electricity is instant energy. When we press a switch, there it is. Batteries are small stores of energy. They provide power to make toys, torches, radios, and many other electrical items work. Some batteries can be recharged when they are empty and used again. Turn it off. One of the best ways to save energy is to use less electricity in the home. It is easy to turn electrical things off when we have finished with them. Equipment such as televisions often stay on standby when you switch them off with a remote control. They use a small amount of electricity because they are still on. This is a waste of energy. For electrical equipment that needs to be on for a lot of the time, energy can be saved by simply turning it down rather than turning it off. When it is cold, you could wear an extra sweater and turn the heating down a little. Sun, wind, and water. The energy of sunlight, wind, and water can be used to make electricity too. Solar panels can capture the energy of the sun. Wind can turn the blades of tall turbines. Huge walls called dams are built across rivers. Dams store water to make electricity. This kind of electricity is called renewable, which means it will not run out. Solar panels are very useful for powering electrical appliances such as calculators. Muscle power. When you walk or ride your bike, you use muscle power to move. This saves energy because you are not using fuel for a car or a bus. It also causes less pollution in the environment. Our muscles need their own source of energy, just like the rest of our body. All that energy comes from the food that we eat. Energy and goods. Energy is needed to make things. For example, oil is used to make plastics, paints, tires, and other products. Energy is also used to power the machines that make the goods. It takes energy to take goods, including food, from one place to another. If we eat food that is grown locally, less energy is used to get the food to the stores. Wrapping up. It takes energy to heat a building, and energy is wasted if we allow too much heat to escape. We can stop this from happening by using thick layers of material to insulate a house. When we go out on a cold day, we wrap up by putting on extra clothes, such as a coat. This stops our bodies from losing too much heat. And here is our glossary and our index. And then these are just notes to parents or even students and teachers. Saving energy. All right, now that we read saving energy, I want us to use our knowledge to figure out what the main idea of this book is. Now, before we began reading, we were told to look at certain things that give us hints about what the main idea is. The title, the pictures, repeated words, and even the first sentence and last sentence of a book. So I'm just going to show you the cover of the book, Saving Energy. Let me read you the first sentence. If my book lets me open it. Energy is the power that makes things move or work. And then let's just look at these pictures really quickly. All right, looking at that, I want you to think about what the main idea is. Don't tell me yet. All right, do you think you know what the main idea is? All right, whisper it into your hand. All right, throw it at me. Tell me what the main idea is. I agree. Energy. The title almost gave it away. And specifically, saving energy. So ways that we can save energy. So I'm going to put saving energy. So that is our main idea. That's our big rain cloud. Now I want to know the details. So if it's all about saving energy, a detail needs to match our main idea. So I can't say apples because apples don't match our main idea. So from our book, what was one way they talked about saving energy? Shout them out at me. Oh, I heard someone say turning off lights. That was one thing you can do, or turning off anything. So from lights to the TV. So I'm going to write turning off things. Then underneath it, I'm going to write more about this category. I'm just going to put lights and TV to help me remember. What was another detail from the book? So we have saving energy. One of my raindrops is turning off things. What's another raindrop that we could have? Shout them out at me. Yes, very good. I heard someone say turn or layering up when it gets cold out so you can keep the heat low. So we're not turning it off. We're using low forms of the energy. So I'm going to put heat as one of our category or subcategories. So I have saving energy. I have turning off things as one of my raindrops, my details that support that main idea. And then I have using less things like heat. What is another way the book told us that we could help save energy? Now I'm going to give you a hint of what good readers do, just to double check. If you needed to, you are always welcome to go back and re-watch the video to get those details. If you had the book in front of you, going back inside the book and finding that proof, finding that evidence is what great readers do, especially in first grade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look into my book and I'm going to see what else, what's another detail that I can find for saving energy. Oh, I'm gonna see if you see that. I saw the picture and it just sparked my brain. Then I remembered what we read. So another way is to use our muscle power. So I'm just going to put muscle power. And I'm gonna put walking, or riding our bike places. Some of us even ride our bike to school. So those are 3 details of how we can save energy. Now there were many more details in the book. I could make my tree map go all the way this way. But what is important is that I have my main idea, what my book or my text is mostly about, and then I have supporting details that I found from my book. I know that we have a lot of schema in our brain, but as good readers, we need to make sure we apply that schema to what's in the book and use that proof in the book. You all did amazing today with me, and I'm so excited because the rest of this week, you're going to use your knowledge of main idea and details to create your own tree maps and then use your tree map to write. Thanks so much, friends.